Don't worry about like how your heart and your mind might be feeling. Like really focus on what's true, what's actually happening in front of you. Hey there, Aries, and welcome to your week of October 25th, 2021 general tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your energy coming into this week, some challenges you might be facing, as well as some possible outcomes or actions you can take to hopefully work through it. These are general readings though, Aries, so just remember some, all, or none of this may resonate with you. Don't try to make anything fit. If there's some of it that resonates, just take that. If there's some of it that doesn't, just leave it be. It's just not your message. So thank you for being here, Aries, and let's just get into this. We're going to be doing clarifiers for all these cards as well as tying everything off with an oracle card at the end. So you'll want to stick around for that. Oh, look at that, Aries. That's beautiful. Look at that. So you're coming in as the Six of Wands, the Lovers, which is Gemini's card, and the Emperor, which is your card. So incredibly strong here. So I'm loving this. You may have Gemini in your chart. If you do, let me know down in the comments below. Or you might be dealing with a Gemini, or you might be dealing with a fellow Aries here this week. But right now, I feel like this is you. One thing you should know is when you show up in your own reading, like you have here, that's very powerful. It means you're standing in your strength. You're coming in a big, bold, passionate, strong way. So I'm loving that, and especially if you got Gemini in your chart too, when you've got the Lovers really coming in powerful. So I love that. All right, so we got the Six of Wands. It's a card of leadership, celebrations, victories, walking the walk, talking the talk. I love that stuff, especially with you coming in as the Emperor as well, because the Emperor is the big boss, authoritative, commanding, in a very strong position. That's all great. We got the Lovers too here, so possibly you're in the mode of you want to encounter a soulmate, a partner, someone like that, or it's possible that you're really feeling like the love right now, like you're really feeling attractive to partners at this time, and that's great because the Emperor, of course, you're authoritative, you're mature, you're strong, great, and that's awesome. Or right now, just saying, like, if you have a partner, now's a good time to be spending a lot of time with them. It's going to be strengthening that love connection that you two have. So that's fantastic. This is all looking really good. So let's take a look at some challenges. I really like these, unless it's something horrendous. I cannot see you having much trouble with anything this week, Aries. This looks fantastic. Another strong showing for you this week. So let's see what we got here for you, Aries. All right. Got the Five of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and Pisces coming in with the Moon. So you might be dealing with a Pisces this week. Let me know down in the comments below. The Moon is their card. But we're starting things off with the Five of Cups. Could be a case where you're feeling a little, I don't want to say dissatisfied, but something that you used to enjoy might not be quite clicking the way you used to. The story with the Five of Cups is that this person has lost their taste for wine, and that's why the cups are spilled over. They no longer care for it the way they used to, and they're quite upset about this. The thing about the Five of Cups, though, is that if you turn around here, there's still two cups. And not just that, there's a bridge here that leads to this little castle, this building here in the distance. It just means that, like, not all is lost, and you just need to realize that there are other things and there are alternatives out there that will make you happy. You just got to be willing to look for it, willing to accept it. So it's okay. We grow, we change. Nothing to worry about there. Knight of Pentacles here as well. Knight of Pentacles could be a person you're dealing with, an earth sign. So Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo could be one of them you might be dealing with here. Or maybe it's just a kind of slow moving Pisces as well. Means they're here in your reading. But the Knight of Pentacles, it could just be feeling like things are just grinding to a halt. Things are just going too slow for your taste. Like you'd really like things to move along here. So possibly. Interestingly enough, both the Knight of Pentacles and the person here in the Six of Wands are both looking forward, looking to the future. So you're still moving in a positive direction. You just might feel like you're only going like an inch at a time or a centimeter at a time. You're just not moving. It just feels like you're going so slow. You might as well be standing still. We got the Moon here as well, partial illumination, just can't see all ends. Who can really? So don't sell yourself short on that. Just saying here with the Moon as well, you might be afraid that this isn't the path for you. You're in a very strong position. So the path you're on is great. I feel like that's great. Or you might feel like you're getting tugging forces here. These dogs can represent people trying to push and pull you off the path, right? So you might feel like there's some people trying to dissuade you, trying to take you out of your strength, trying to take you off of this path of power you're on here. So possibly that's happening here, but I feel like you're strong enough. You're not going to let them pull you off here. So let's see what we got for some outcomes for you, some possible outcomes and actions here. Did I call you Scorpio just now? I feel like I did. I'm sorry if I did, Aries, but I feel like I just called you Scorpio. But anyway, let's take a look at some possible actions we got here for you, Aries, and see what we got. Nine of Pentacles, that's awesome. Nine of Swords, jeez Louise. And the King of Swords as well. So interesting. The King of Swords comes up here. The Emperor is all four of the minor arcana kings, all wrapped into one. So maybe you need to put a little more focus on the King of Swords, right? That aspect of yourself, which is the analytical side, the facts, the truth, the honesty, that kind of stuff. So maybe you need to put a little more onus on that. Like I was saying here, back here, it's like, turning around, finding alternatives. You are making progress for the future. It's slow, but you are still moving forward. You might feel like you can't see everything, you can't see all ends. Who can? Don't hurt yourself over that, right? I feel like that King of Swords is really telling you, like, just really focus down on that, right? Just don't worry about like how your heart and your mind might be feeling. Like, really focus on what's true, what's actually happening in front of you. So I like that. Could also just be saying you might be encountering a King of Swords who's going to help you work through this. Going to be someone who's mature, much like yourself, apparently. And also someone who is very analytical by the facts. Could be someone who's like a judge, an accountant, a lawyer, someone who's very much their job is that kind of a thing where it's just like, we're just doing the facts, we're just doing the truth here. So we've also got the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. When two nines come up in a reading, that means there's a completion that's coming here soon, right? You're getting very close to that. So could be anything. We got Pentacles, which could be revolving around your health, your wealth, your time. We got the Nine of Swords as well, which can revolve around, your thoughts, your feeling, or not your feelings, but your thoughts, your communication, right? Something coming to a close in that regard. The truth as well, honesty, swords cut through, as the King of Swords does here. So I feel like some sort of completion is coming soon as a general reading. Doesn't necessarily have to be what I just mentioned. There could be anything. But with the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like you're feeling very satisfied with the work you've put in here. Like, you're in a very strong position. I feel like you're very satisfied with that. You're content with that, and you can kind of enjoy things more, right? You're going to be eventually put into that kind of a position. So I like that. But with the Nine of Swords here, it might be a case where things are going good. Like, you can enjoy yourself, but you're still kind of sitting there like, maybe a little bit of like carryover from the Five of Cups here, where you're that loss of taste of wine, right? You might feel like, nothing's ever going to be as good again because I don't have whatever this might have been. It doesn't necessarily have to be wine. It could be any activity or any sort of thing you used to like to do, right? It could be any of that as well. So very much could be just some carryover from that, or just worrying that this stuff isn't going to like last. It's going to just be here for the moment, gone the next. But like I say, I feel like you're in such a powerful position here, and you're coming in such a strong way that you don't have to worry about that. You are in a good position. Don't let your mind kind of wreck a good thing that you got going on here, Aries. So thank you for being here, Aries. Appreciate it so much. We're going to get some clarifiers here for you, Aries, see what we got going on. But remember, we're going to tie everything off with an oracle card here at the end, so you're going to want to stick around for that. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into this, Aries. Let's get into your clarifiers. All right, so clarifying your energy, we got the moon coming up again, so maybe you have Pisces in your chart. We got the Page of Pentacles, and we got the Three of Cups as well. Interestingly enough, with the Three of Cups coming up here, and we have the Lovers, which is like that soulmate type person. Could be marriage on the mind, whether you have someone that you want to marry in your life, or that's just kind of like you're looking for someone to marry, you're looking for someone to settle down with. Very interesting there. Three of Cups can also just represent celebrations, your community coming together, your friends, your family, coworkers, things like that. People who you want in your life to support you and help you out, just coming around and celebrating. So that's fantastic. The moon coming up again, that's a strong sign whenever a card repeats itself like this in tarot. So it's kind of saying pay attention. Like, your challenge with the moon is like they're kind of pulling you off the path, or you only have that partial illumination, right, in your challenges. I feel like you're handling that though with the moon in your energy as well. Like this is just kind of like an ongoing thing, but you're handling it, so I wouldn't worry about that, right? We've also got the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is the information gatherer, like all the pages are. But interestingly enough, the Page of Pentacles leads to the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like you've been making a plan, but the actual execution of the plan is just slow goings. You know, whatever you're planning for, whether it's like this Nine of Pentacles up here, or the Nine of Swords, or whatever you're aiming for to accomplish in your life, whatever that completion is that we're getting so close to, I feel like, yeah, you are just taking that action on the plan. So that's fantastic, Aries. So let's take a look. Let's clarify your challenges as well. See what's going on there. That was the, what was that? It's the Eight of Cups there, walking away from something. You guys were walking away last week. That seemed to be a very popular video. Thank you for anyone that is returning from that one to check this one out. Thank you so much. That was quite a pleasant surprise. So thank you. So let's see what we got for you in your challenges here. We got the Nine of Pentacles coming up yet again. We got the Page of Wands. And we've got the Nine of Wands. All sorts of nines in your reading. Very, very close to the end of something, right? The only nine we're missing so far is the Nine of Cups. So, interestingly enough, Nine of Pentacles repeating. Again, I feel like this has kind of been a challenge for you because you want to enjoy this thing. Like, you want to enjoy all the work you've put in. You want to have that going good. You want to enjoy those things. But, again, it's just so tough where things aren't moving so quickly. You've kind of lost that taste for whatever this is in your life. And with the moon, again, just not knowing how the future is going to play out. You really want to enjoy things, though. You really want to be satisfied with the work you put in. It's just, you know, things aren't going the way you want them to. Nine of Wands here is the Wounded Warrior, someone who's been hurt, kind of being protective, that kind of thing. That might be you. You might be just kind of overprotective of like your strength here at this time, like just really worried that that's going to end soon. So you're kind of trying to be cautious, but at the same time, you want to apply your strength. You want to use it to kind of move through here and get to the Nine of Pentacles, get to the Ten of Pentacles, get to that good time going here. So we got the Page of Wands as well here. And the Page of Wands is, again, an information gatherer, much like the Page of Pentacles. But with the Page of Wands, it's more of a more of to do with your passions and desires. You might feel like you've got no time for that. You got no time for your passions and your desires because you're so focused on your physical material world here, right? With the Nine of Pentacles, right? You might be just a little too focused on that, and you can't, you kind of, this stuff's taking the back burner. And maybe that's why you're losing some taste for stuff, is because you don't have time to like do anything with it. So you're kind of, you know, losing that appreciation for it, right? That happens too, right? Because what'll happen is, for someone like myself, I've had this happen before, where I used to like something and I just don't play, like in video games, for instance. I used to play this video game called Overwatch, and I didn't play it for a long, long time, like a year or two. And then I came back and I was just like, I have nothing to do. I'll go play some Overwatch today. And this is like a year or two ago. And then I went in and I played it, and I was like, oh, this was fun. I remember why I like this so much. That might just be a case here. It's like you just can't get to this Page of Wands, can't get to your energies with your passions and desires. And that's why you're losing a taste for them, is because you aren't updating, you aren't sticking with them because you're so focused on something else here. So let's take a look. Let's clarify your outcome cards here as well, Aries. All right. So we got for you, if we get them loose here, we got the Four of Pentacles. Ooh. We got the Devil. That's Capricorn's card. You might have Capricorn in your chart or dealing with a Capricorn. And we got Zawoldo, the World. So that's your completion that you're looking for. Here, oh, excuse me, here with the World. So Four of Pentacles talks about you going and playing it safe. Not doing anything risky, not doing anything that's gonna, you know, potentially ruin what you got going on. Just playing it cautious, playing it safe. Nothing wrong with that. It's boring, you know, it is boring, but better safe than sorry, as they say. So I feel like that's gonna be key for you. With the Devil, don't get chained down to this. Don't get chained down to like all this stuff from before, right? That's what the Devil says. Don't get like Don't get chained down to like this is ruining everything because you lost the taste here. Don't get chained down to like progress isn't moving slow. So that's all you're focusing on. Like, you know what they say, a watched pot never boils, you know, that kind of thing. And don't get chained to the moon as well. Don't get chained to, you know, not knowing that you can't see the future and worrying about that kind of stuff, right? All this stuff is just kind of things that I feel like if you weren't paying attention to it, you wouldn't even have to worry about it, right? You know, especially with the Knight of Pentacles and the moon. Like if you weren't paying attention to that stuff, you wouldn't even like notice it. You know, it just kind of something running in the background. But with the with the Five of Cups as well, really to an extent, if you weren't paying attention to like, oh, the fact that I've lost interest in the stuff, you weren't giving attention to that, you'd probably be fine. So again, just don't get chained to stuff with the devil here. Enjoy. You know, don't overindulge, of course, but enjoy yourself, right? And we got Zawoldo. That's that completion you want, right? The world is the big completion. It's the end of the major arcana. It's the final straw. You know, it's the final countdown. That kind of stuff. So it's the end. So I feel like that completion is coming for you. Like we were talking about, we got 4 9s in your reading. That's immense. That's a lot of like, we're so close to an end here, right? So that's really something else. So yeah, that completion is coming in. I don't, you know, tarot's funny. Sometimes for some people it's like, yeah, it is just for this week. Sometimes for other people it's the next week too, and so on and so forth, as it is. You know, tarot is funny. It's timeless even when we want to put a timer on it. Even when we do put timers on it. So thank you for being here, Aries. Let's tie this off with an oracle card, see what we got for you. All right, let's see. Hope this has been helping you out. Hope this has been resonating with you, Aries. We got the Seahorse Spirit. Watch and wait. Like, what did I say about that with that Knight of Pentacles, right? It's like, it might feel like it's just going so slow, like it's just taking its time. It feels like it's moving at an agonizing pace. Watch and wait. Like, you don't necessarily need to watch it, but watch something. Watch anything else. Maybe, like I said, a watch pot never boils. Maybe you just need to, you know, find something else to take your attention off of this stuff. So that's interesting. Again, just wait. Just take your time, right? It happens when it happens. It's like something that frustrates myself. I dated a girl, and she said "I love you" to me very early in the relationship, and she was getting mad at me, like progressively every day. She'd get more and more mad at me because I didn't say it back to her, and I kept trying to tell her, like, you know, like, I just don't feel that way. Like, you know, like, you can't force it. You have to wait. Like, it has to, like, you know, come natural. And she, you know, and that ended up being a real sticking point, and partially why the relationship ended, because she just couldn't let it go that I just didn't say "I love you" to her. Like, you know, we had only been dating for a few weeks, and like immediately, like, I should have got out of there then. Dude, I feel like that was a red flag. But for me, I just, like, I tried to keep telling her, it's like, I don't feel the same right now. I'm sure I'll grow to love you eventually, like, you know, but, you know, you gotta watch and wait. You can't just like force it, and you can't be like, well, I said it, so you said it, right? In that instance. Or you can't be like with the Knight of Pentacles, maybe you like your plan's progressing. You can't be like, well, Jim's plan down the street is progressing super well. Why isn't mine working out like that? A funny one that comes to mind there is, did you ever see it's an old episode of The Simpsons, and Homer's trying to put together a barbecue, and there's like, they show the barbecue and it's all together and it's great, and he's like, that's a fine looking barbecue, and then he like pulls down the box and he's like, why doesn't mine look like that? That might be what's happening here for you. So that might be the case. So thank you for being here, Aries. I hope this has helped you out. If you want to help out the channel, you can leave a like down below. You can subscribe to the channel. Check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign videos too after this one. Thank you again for being here, Aries, and I hope to see you in the next video.